What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Wrestling Bands. Thank you for clicking on the video. This, of course, is my AEW Fyter Fest Night 1 review. Let's do this. So you know you got to do now? You got to smash that like button. You got to smash that subscribe button. Yeah, right down there. Hit it now. Let's do this. Let's go.
This is great banter, banter.
Kicks off with the IWGP United States title on the line, and while it was pretty predictable who was going to win this match, it was a decent match. Always going to be with Jon Moxley versus Carl Anderson, and Jon Moxley's always good to send out on the first match. He gets those people on their feet, always puts in a good match, always get a good reaction from the crowd, and it was a good way to start the show. Jon Moxley gets the win with a paradigm shift and retains, and he's moving on now to a very interesting contest, which I will talk about in a little bit. So after the match, we had a promo from Lance Archer talking about how he lost the title to Jon Moxley, United States Champion, the IWGP United States Championship to Jon Moxley, and he wants it back. And later on in the show, Jon Moxley agrees, yeah, let's do this. Let's have a fight in Texas. Why not a Texas death match? Yes, we've seen it before between these two. And if the first one's going to be anything like the second one, we are in for one hell of a match. You have got to see it. It's going to be amazing. Why did Andrade need subtitles? I could completely understand what the geezer was saying. I don't know about you. Why is Alex there? Why is he the interview guy now? Why? I thought he was Pentagon's manager or translator. Andrade had a message for the Death Triangle anyway. I don't know where they're going with this one. It looks like we're going to be building towards maybe a match between Pentagon and Andrade at some time, and I'm all for that. I want to see that one. That's going to be amazing. So we had another title that's not recognised by AEW on the line, FTW Championship with Ricky Starks against Brian Cage, and finally it's happened. Team Taz turned on Brian Cage at the end of the match. Ricky Starks won the match thanks to Powerhouse Hobbs turning on Brian Cage, hitting him with the FTW Championship round the head. Ricky Starks hits a spear. 1, 2, 3. Your new FTW champion, Ricky Starks. And Starks in his first match back looked amazing from his neck injury, and he's going to be a star. They've got so many young up-and-coming talents in AEW that I'm really excited about, and Ricky Starks is right up the top of that list. He's a champion now, and he's going to be one of the top guys for me in the future of AEW, in my opinion. Watch out for what Ricky Starks is going to be doing over the next couple of years. It's going to be amazing. So they showed a replay of what Malachi Black, formerly known as Aleister Black, otherwise known as Tommy fucking End. I love him. Absolutely love him. The first day I saw him on the Indies in the UK. From then onwards, I've been a big fan of this guy, and I'm so happy that he's in AEW and being allowed to be himself and have the freedom, the creative freedom to do what he wants to do with his character. And this looks brilliant. Last week, knocking out Arn Anderson, a 62-year-old man. Cody said, "How dare you do that for a 62-year-old man?" Cody going mad, coming out to the ring, calling out Aleister. I'm going to keep calling him Aleister. He's not Aleister Black. He's Malachi Black. Going to have to get used to that. Why couldn't he just be Tommy End? What's wrong with Tommy End? I suppose he wants to keep that just in case copyrights and all of that, but such a better name. Anyway, Malachi Black calls him out and comes on the screen, cuts a great promo backstage somewhere, wherever he is, and then he's in the ring. And I don't think they really needed to do this right now, a pull-apart brawl. They maybe could have waited for another week. Let's take our time with it, please. Don't rush another Cody Rhodes feud. He's had so many feuds in the last last 6 months. I can't count how many feuds this guy's had. It's just take your time with it, Cody. For once. Take your time with it. Finally, they are getting into this feud between Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. And already I'm loving it. I must say, the start of it tonight with Hangman Page out there cutting a promo. Here come the Elite. You get Matt in the ring talking about why did Hangman abandon them and his drinking problems, him hiding away, Kenny talking about him being a failure, afraid of failure, and so forth. We've got a 5-on-5 tag match next week with the Dark Order versus the Elite, and I'm hoping Hangman Page shines in this match. I'm guessing he will, and a build up towards the singles match for the title. And come on, man, Hangman Page needs this title, in my opinion. He's ready for it, and I'd love to see a long, drawn-out feud between these two. Why not? You could go 6 months with the title exchanging a couple of times between Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. For me, they can tell a great story, and it can go for a long time and be one of the best feuds ever in AEW history, in my honest opinion. So Jericho finds out what his first labour is going to be, his first match, his first opponent, his first stipulation. He gets a chair shot to the throat first and then a chair shot to the arm, and he finds out it will be Shawn Spears, the man who hit him with a chair to the throat tonight in the locker room whilst he was being interviewed. MJF lets him know next week he will be facing Shawn Spears one-on-one, and Shawn Spears will be allowed to use a chair. It will be legal for Shawn Spears to use a chair, but Jericho, unfortunately, will not be allowed to use the chair. Yes, Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage was a decent match, but it was a very good match 20 years ago. And I don't mind seeing it today, but it's not something I'm really up for, really, to be honest with you. 20 years ago, it was very good. Today, meh. What was more interesting was the look that Jungle Boy gave Christian Cage when he was hoisted onto Luchasaurus' shoulders. Do I smell a heel turn coming? Britt Baker's promo was absolute fire tonight. You cannot deny that. And she spoke some facts, some truths were spoken tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, she is in a league of her own because the rest of the women's division in AEW is absolutely dreadful. Let's face facts. And the other truth was that Vicky Guerrero is only relevant because of her surname. And I've been saying that for donkey's years since when she got it on with Edge back in the day. But then what is Vicky Guerrero going on? What does she want to do to DMD next week? What's she going to insert up the poor lass? Up her jacksie? A giant jalapeno? Oh, next week's going to be worth watching, isn't it? So Fighter Fest went to Flighter Fest, basically, with Sammy Guevara flipping, dipping all over the bloody ring. Didn't look much of a fight, really, in my opinion, against him versus Wheeler Yuta. Don't know a lot about Wheeler Yuta, but what I do know is he stood there ages, looking up, waiting for Sammy Guevara to bounce off 2 ropes and hit him with a cutter. It looked really stupid. I'm sorry. This match was bad. It was just a bunch of flips and gymnastics. This wasn't a wrestling match for me. I like Sammy Guevara in bits. Other parts of him really annoy me. And tonight this match was just him flipping all over the bloody ring. Wasn't for me. Wasn't for me. If you enjoyed it, more for you. I'm sorry, but it wasn't my cup of tea. Marshall, as I was backstage, or as I call him, Kevin James wannabe. Look, he's a Kevin James lookalike. He looks more and more like him every bloody week. Next week, he's going to be wearing a delivery driver's outfit. My eyes are getting weary. My back is getting tight. You know, King of Queens, then when he's there. My goodness. This guy, why is he still around? Why am I still seeing him on my TV screen? He's been jobbed out by Cody Rhodes week after week, and he's still there, still chatting shit about Cody. We don't want you, QT, anywhere near our TV. I'm sorry, you're a ratings fucking killer. Get away, mate. Get away with Solo, Camarado and a go-go. Wake me up before you go-go. Penelope Ford made her way to the ring. And my only question is, where's Kip Sabian? Is he injured? If he is injured, he can still make his way to the ring. Can he limp? Is he in a wheelchair? Is he dying? Why can't he be in her corner? Or is he... I don't know. What's going on there with Kip Sabian? I haven't bothered to even look. Out comes their opponent, and got to try and pronounce this correctly or I could be in a lot of trouble. Yuka Sakazaki. That's an unfortunate surname, Yuka Yuka, well, I think we'll just call her Yuka from now on. And the match was pretty poor, wasn't it? Like I said, the women's division in AEW isn't anything to write home about, really. Come on. There's nothing to scream and shout about there. So August 13th, we've been told that Rampage is coming on. Well, it's going to be on in America on the August 13th. I don't know if we're going to be getting it here in the UK because the TV deal over here is dog shit. I'm sorry. It is absolutely awful. ITV don't give a damn, and they never have done, about professional wrestling. Just look at the history between ITV and professional wrestling. If anyone in that company looked back at what ITV did to professional wrestling, then you wouldn't have had anything to do with them in the first place. They don't care. At least BT Sport, who carry WWE over here in the UK, actually care about the product. They try and put it out there. There's loads, you always see in adverts. When I'm watching BT, when I'm watching the football, there's always an advert for WWE popping up. There's Ric Flair doing things on BT Sport. There's other people, Drew McIntyre. You don't see anything on ITV about AEW. No adverts, no nothing. They don't give a shit about it. And I doubt we're going to be getting Rampage. We're going to have to watch it on Fight. We're going to have to pay a little bit extra just to watch it. It's disgusting. But it's worth paying for. I'm not moaning. It's just, why are you got to deal with ITV in the first place? I don't get it. It's not worth the money. It's really not. It's piss poor. It's a piss... Like, they could have such a better channel to go with. There's so many better... Surely there's other options out there. I mean, even Impact Wrestling have got a bloody better deal over here than they have. So the Coffin match was the main event. I'm guessing we can't call it casket match because Vince McMahon owns the rights to that. I'm guessing that's the reason why it's a Coffin match. But it was decent, man. I really enjoyed it. Really good. Darby Allin, Ethan Page's feud has been going on for a while now. I wasn't up on the feud they had before they entered AEW, so I'm not sure about that. I've been told it was a banger, so this match was a banger, so it was brilliant from start to finish. Darby Allin, very clever starting off the match, going Bret Hart style back in WCW with the metal plate, but he had it on his back and he was smashing Ethan Page with it. Then out comes Sting again with Scorpio Sky brawling, and didn't really need to see that. That just wasted time for me. I don't know why they needed that in there. Just a waste of time. Didn't need it. Didn't need it at all. I enjoyed the match between Darby and Ethan. I thought they really did a good job. How the hell Darby Allin's getting up from... I don't even know what the name of his finisher is. It's like a crucifix bomb onto the steps. That was just insane off the top rope. How Darby Allin's getting back up after that, I don't know. He shouldn't really, but he did. And hit Ethan Page with a skateboard off the top rope. A skateboard drop, I'm guessing we're calling it. And knocked him into the coffin. Got the win. And then after that, of course, Darby Allin, being Darby Allin, isn't done there. With the coffin closed, the coffin drops onto the coffin with Ethan Page inside it to end the show. And a good show, in my opinion, from AEW this week. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the fans being back. I watched last week's and I really enjoyed it. Didn't do a review. I'm very sorry about that. If you are gutted that I didn't do one. I don't know if anyone is. But I enjoyed last week's and this week's. Fyter Fest Night 1 was brilliant from start to finish. Yes, like I said, there were a few bits in and between that weren't the best. But you're going to get that with a company like AEW, who have only just been around for a couple of years. People comparing them to companies like WWE already. Come on, they've been around. WWE has been around for how long? Far too long. They've been doing it a long time. So give AEW some time to grow, to learn, to figure out where they're going and what they're doing. Yes, they're going to make some mistakes. Not everything's going to be brilliant. People are going to tell you everything's great, everything's fantastic. It's not. They're kidding themselves if they think it is. Everything is brilliant about this show, about this company. There's going to be a few little teething problems here and there. They're going to learn. They're going to grow. They're going to get better. Only going to get better, in my opinion. And they have been getting better slowly. Yes, the people are going to look at the point to the ratings and say, oh, they had 1 million at the beginning, 1.4 in the... I don't give a fuck about ratings in the USA. Do you think I give a shit? I care about the in-ring product and what the stories they're telling. don't give a shit about ratings. And for me, the in-ring product and the stories they have been telling have slowly been getting better and better and better as this company has been growing. The roster has been getting better, better and better. The talent has been getting better and better as this company has been growing. And you can't deny that. And I'm sure once they get their shit together and they figure it all out and they have a roster that they are solid with and they want to grow, and they do grow, the numbers will grow with that and the fans will grow with that. This is a young company, give them time. They're only going to get better. Things can only get better. They can only get, things can only get, things can only get, things can only get, things can only get better. You know them ways there. They're going to get better. AEW, great show this week. Fyter Fest Night 1. If you enjoyed Wrestling Bants, my review, smash the like button down below. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.